Nicole here, and welcome to another video. Today's video is all about how you can make your own DIY bag insert just like this one. This is for the Pelican 1560. It's a rather large bag, so if you have a smaller project, all of these tips and materials can apply. Just adjust the quantity. Obviously, the bigger the bag, the more materials and more cost. So the retail price for a truck pack system, for example, for this size bag is $170. And I paid around $68 for all the material here. I am going to highlight the materials that I use. I have everything outlined down below with other options, different colors, different things that you can do to really customize the bag the way you have dreamed. Okay, let's get started. The first up is materials. I have purchased this Pelican bag probably almost 10 years ago, and it came with the traditional insert. Once I remove this insert, I now have a hollow shell. The first step for this project, no matter how big your bag or small, is measuring the case. So I have my graph paper. I measured the depth of the case and the length and the width. Another key point here is once I removed this case, I no longer had the bottom foam to support my gear. So I went ahead and put this here. I went ahead and purchased high density upholstery foam. This is a 1/2 inch thick. And once it acclimated, I made a nice cut right in the center of the foam. I made a template of the bottom in order to make that cut precise. Now, a cost-saving point here, if you want to detach the bottom from this insert, that could save you some money because you're using the foam inside versus purchasing more upholstery foam. And you'll find upholstery foam readily on the market. It comes in white and green and blue. I sourced this gray because I kind of wanted to keep with the gray and the black design for this bag. But that's up to you. You can kind of save money with this step by those two techniques. Okay, next, once you have the foam in place, I did not want to cut any of the corrugated sheets or foam until I get that base foam in, because that's going to play with your height. Once I had the 6.5 inches of height, then I could start cutting the corrugated sheets. Keep in mind, you want to cut the sheets so these little pockets are facing up. Then I started with the exterior ring of the case. On one side, I have wheel wells. So I had to simply notch out, I just took a pencil and gauged where the cutouts would be. And with a straight edge, this worked well with this corrugated plastic, easy to cut. I could kind of gauge where those cutouts would be, and I would just dry fit it, cut a little bit more, dry fit it, cut a little bit more. So once I had the corrugated sheets where I need them to be, then I could apply the foam. Okay, so let's talk about the foam that's on the outside. For this type of project, I wanted to source some self-adhesive foam because once you seal up this bag, it's airtight. You don't want any spray adhesive odor lingering in your bag. So I really wanted to source some self-adhesive. Now there's a lot of EVA and neoprene foam out there on the market, but not a lot has the self-adhesive. So I have sourced some EVA sheets, neoprene foam at different lengths. So based on your project, which I've outlined below, if it's a small project or a large project, there's different quantities you can purchase. Okay, so that's the self-adhesive foam. If you wanted to source foam that doesn't have self-adhesive on the back, you're going to find a lot more options and maybe a larger quantity of foam as well. I found some sheets of double stick that I added to the list below if you wanted to take this road. So for $10, you get like 3 sheets of 8 by 11 sheets of double stick tape that you could potentially just cut along, tape along the corners and apply your foam. That's another avenue you can investigate to see if that's better for the project that you have at hand. Okay, so let's talk about the pins. The pins, I found these metal pins, these U-pins, they're actually hairpins. And as you can see, the difference from the Truck Pack system, they're the same length, but they're a lot thinner. I got 30 in a pack. They're actually hairpins. And for the top, I'm really excited about this. I used gaffers tape. Now, I had a lot of gaffers tape left over my DIY V-flat project, and I simply cut 1/8 of an inch thick, 2-inch long pieces of tape, and I just laced it through and taped it over. Okay, this is another place where if you wanted to add color, you could, and if you have color gaffers tape, great. If you don't, I've applied some in the list below. There's bright colors, neutral colors. I also found 1/8 of an inch tape. That tape is used to pinstripe cars, and that's also an option, also has some great colors. For the foam, I actually found EVA foam in different colors. So if you didn't want a black insert and you wanted to have a red one, let's say, there's options for color as well that has a self-adhesive back. So definitely check those out. Based on how you want to customize your own insert, there's so many fun options. Okay, so that is the bag insert DIY project. Let me know if you have any questions. I outlined everything below. Until next time, bye.